Hi, Simone. Nice to meet you.
Oh, Ariana, nice to meet you too.
So far, you have remade two projects from the 90s at this point.
Yeah.
Um, what is it about this decade for you? Do you have a favorite part about it, other than you being born at the very tail end of it?
I feel like it's the fashion and the playfulness and the honestly togetherness of it. I feel like there's an the nostalgia of the 90s is something we look for because we were so present with each other. And I feel like that's something we're often trying to get a taste of now.
Yes. Is there another project or TV show that you would love to remake? Not to pigeonhole yourself, but another one that you would really like to remake or just a favorite from that time?
I don't none that I would like to remake, but a favorite from the time. Mm, I mean, there's just so many great movies in the 90s, but that's really hard. There's so many. But just picking one, just another fan favorite of mine is Martin. It's just so fun. It's
Yeah.
just so fun.
So, did you rewatch the original to prepare for this role, or did you try to keep it separate?
I definitely rewatched. Well, I hadn't seen the movie in the first place.
Mhm.
So I was like, "Oop, let me go watch it." And so I went to go watch it and I was like, "Okay, I get the heart of the film. I get it. I love it. I feel it in my bones." And then I was like, "Okay, let me let it go." So to make sure that I was just really in the room and not comparing myself and there's some things that you're like, okay, we have to get I'm right on top of that rose. Like there's some things that you have to get. Other than that, we have to let our own Tanya blossom.
Yes, there are cute little Easter eggs that are sprinkled throughout that, like, if you know, you know, like how her middle name is Sue Ellen, and
Yes,
they stick on it and they're like, why is your middle name Sue Ellen? And there's a few actor cameos.
exactly.
Yes. But Tanya, she works in the fashion business. What was one of your favorite looks that Tanya wears during the movie?
Ooh, definitely the first office look. I love where she comes in with that pink blazer and it's super layered, so gorgeous. And all of the looks were thrifted, by the way. My
Oh.
looks, yeah. So extra props to our costume designer who just did such a lovely job with these silhouettes because she had to really go and look for them and put them together. Um, and then there's a red big collar, like big fluffy collar, like with ruffles and blue pants that are like up to my belly button with red pumps. That's good. That's a good one.
Yes. The chemistry between you and Nicole, I think, is so cute. How was it like working with her, and how did you guys kind of create that chemistry between Rose and Tanya?
Oh my goodness. It was so natural just seeing how lovely she is as a person. Really just bled through. Like she's a great listener and watching this incredibly brilliant woman be kind of ditzy and daisy was so funny and watching her play with that and be very malleable was just a joy. And we just ate lunch together and had fun and kiki and now she invited me to her book swaps and we have dinner. So she's just like an actual person. We see like celebrities and people that we've watched growing up and we don't know how far away from reality they are.
Hmm.
She's just such a grounding, lovely person. So she's
Yeah. And I feel like Rose kind of has to know and also kind of just didn't care as long as she got
yeah,
the job done.
exactly. It's the bliss of I'm the boss and I don't care. Just do whatever you need to do. I like you.
Yeah. Speaking of more chemistry and also just issues within the relationship, Tanya and Brian, why do you think they have that chemistry to begin with?
I think because they're both nerds. They're both little dorks that just they're very passionate and very inquisitive, and so finding a person that kind of sparks their interest,
Mhm.
and makes their heart flutter a little bit as it does when you're 16, 17. I think that was just something that they were just excited to explore. And once they got out of their own way or get out of their own way, they can.
If you were dating someone and they were as mysterious as Tanya was with Brian, what would you have done?
I would be out. I would be doing the same thing as Brian. I'd be like, where are you at? What are you doing? So I feel like he was not at all out of line when he was talking to her. He
Yes.
was so sweet in doing it.
A thing throughout the entire movie that kind of just bothered me, not with the film itself, just with the character. Do you think Kenny should have gotten a job?
Absolutely. Well, actually, I don't know because, you can't push people into things that they don't want to do before their time, especially when you don't have the authority that your mom has. Did I want him? Absolutely would have been great, but also with the payoff of the babies of the film being better off and closer, I feel like that's much more valuable than all of the money that he could have made that summer.
True. I also wanted him to use his weed money for the groceries. I was just like,
That was trifling. That was so trifling, but just selfish. He had to learn his lesson.
I really was just like, some issues could be resolved here, but okay, like it might just not be worth the argument. And I don't think he would be as slick going into these buildings. Child services might have been called. I maybe it was for the best.
We definitely got away with a lot this movie.
Yes. Speaking of getting away with a lot, let's pretend we're still in this movie role. If the babysitter had died, as the title has said, what would you have done within this role of being in the movie and less consequences? Would you have called the authorities? Would you have gotten rid of the body?
Oh my gosh. I don't know what I would do. I feel like I love the line at the end of the movie. I can say it, right?
Yes, yes.
It's like, she was just like, yeah, they would have killed y'all niggas. Like they would have just killed y'all. So, the state of the world, you never know how people are gonna actually react to kids trying to do their best.
Mhm.
There's just a lot of question marks, and are they willing to bet on the world who hasn't showed them the most easy side, or are they willing to bet on themselves? So I give props to them for betting on themselves. Is that the most right thing to do? Absolutely not. But I think do they try to do the best they can with what they have, being so scared? Could you imagine being so scared? And with no resources, I probably would just break down and cry and just wait till mom got home. I'm not gonna lie.
They were pretty resilient, I'll give it to them.
I'd be like, Mom, have the breakdown, but get back here. I don't care. It needs to happen.
What was your favorite scene to shoot?
I have so many beautiful, beautiful memories of this movie. Um, the car scenes with Miles where we're singing and joking and like I'm literally choking on peppermints. So fun. Um, the scenes with all of the kids were so great. I don't have a favorite. The scenes with Nicole, like I got just the absolute pleasure and privilege of being the through line of the movie. So being
Mhm.
able interact. We filmed by location and character. So these blocks of people in the house, especially we filmed in the original house. So that is very, very special to me. So I know that was a long-winded answer for I don't have a favorite part. All of them were my favorite parts. I love showing up every single day.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. This has been a pleasure. I can't wait to talk to you about future projects and congrats on this.
Thank you.
Thanks. You have a good one.
Thank you too. Bye. Be safe.